here, Indi. Okay, so this is our second training update for Indi. We've been working on a few new things. Sit down, the standing. I've started having him follow me in the heel position for beginning leash training. And so we're just going to kind of see, and then we're still working on the manding. I don't know if I mentioned that, which he's doing well at, other than I have treats in my hand right now and he's like really excited about it. He had yesterday off, so I didn't work with him yesterday, and this is the first time I'm getting him out since the day before, as far as an actual training session. So we'll see how he does. He's been sleeping in his crate individually, now all by himself, fairly well. He's usually quiet most of the night. In the beginning, when you put him in there, he kind of whines a little bit in the beginning and then soon quiets down. So I really think by the end of our training time, at the end of the month, or the 15th, he should be pretty good for you guys. So anyways, I'm gonna get going with him here because he's just ever so enthusiastic, and we'll see where he's at. So I'm gonna stand up. If I get too close to the camera, I've kind of got treats above the camera there that I'll have to keep restocking on. So all right, we'll get going here. Good boy. So anytime he sits, click and treat. And if he just wants to wait there like that, oh. So I'm kind of working on a little bit more duration now too with the manding, where before it was pretty instant. If he wants to even lay down like that, I'll actually reward him for that too. I mean, basically anything where he's looking at me right now, wanting something from me, as long as he's not jumping on me, that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Just how he's got the hiccups. But see, I'm just waiting a little bit longer, having him hold that sit position longer, before I reward him with a treat. Hi, Indi. Good boy. Yes. So I know one of the questions you asked was, should you continue with the clicker at home? And I do think that the clicker, to me, it's an easy way to give him that instant response. It's a sound that he doesn't hear in his everyday environment. So it's very unique to what we're doing, and very clear to him. That's why I use the clicker. It does take some getting used to, as far as having the clicker in one hand, treats in the other. It does take a little bit of coordination sometimes, but once you kind of get to working with it, I mean, it just gets better the more you practice with it. So that's why I use it. If you didn't want to use the clicker, you just use another marker for him to know he did the right thing. And I would use like a verbal, like, here he's doing what I want, instead of a click, I could go, yes, and then give him the treat. And again, it's saying it kind of in an enthusiastic tone, yes, and then I clicked. But again, you don't usually say yes in a conversation. You might say yes or yeah or whatever. It just has to be something that's unique, that he's not going to hear in a normal conversation. So totally up to you, whichever you want to try. I think either is fine. But that's just kind of why I use the clicker and why I think it's beneficial and easy for me. Okay, so he's manding really well. So I'm gonna move on. I'm just gonna see if I can work with him on some standing and just see where we're at with that. Good boy. So you can see he's building up his duration with his stand as, ouch, I just bit my thumb, with his stand as well. So again, it's just kind of a split second, but I'm trying to take my hand away. And I kind of, if I can get everything coordinated, good boy, I try and hold up my finger because I want him to be cued to look like that at my finger, because that's where I can, like if we were going to show, he's not going to do it now, but I would hold my finger out and I can move my finger up and down and adjust his headset. But right now we're obviously not there yet, but you can see just in that short time, he is already standing, holding that stance a little longer than previously before. So there, just like that. So I just take it out for just a minute away from him, and I'm trying to get it before he moves. And again, you can see I'm able to click a millisecond, good boy, before he moves his feet, where if I wasn't using the clicker and when I wanted to reward him and give him a treat for doing the right thing, I would almost be a little late. By the time I get my hand back to deliver him the treat, he's already moved his foot. So again, just another example of the clicker at work, but you could also try and use your verbal cue for that as well. So that's, I might do just a little bit more because he's just starting to get it. So let's see if I can have him wait just there a little bit longer. Wait. There, that was good. Reset him up here. There we go. So I've got, good boy. That's pretty good. I've got several treats in my hand, and I just kind of rotate them through as we go. All right, so now let's work on, see where he's at with his sitting down. Now he did pick up on the verbal last week to this, but it's kind of been hit and miss since then, so we'll just see what he does. But he's definitely gaining the concept. So I'm going to be quiet now and just talk to the dog. Down. Down. Sit. Down. There we go. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. Yeah, that was good. Down. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. So that was a really good example. So there I didn't have to do much with my hands. He's learning the verbal cue command for sitting down. That's really, really neat. Down. boy. And those little barks, he's just really enthusiastic. I'll try and move back, maybe adjust for the camera a little better. There we go. Down. 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 So that was actually a good example. So you can see he was getting it really good in the beginning, and there he kind of he's a little excited and he's barking and he's getting a little flustered. Down. There it is. Good boy. And so all I did that previous time is I just point my finger at the ground to down, and that's just kind of his reminder. Sit. Oh. Good boy. I almost messed up there. And so then I'll just show what the cue is. So it's down for down, and then if he had trouble coming up to the sit, I just scooped my hand up above his head, sit, just like that, and reward him that way. Here, Indi. I'll wait till he looks at me. Sit. There it is. And so sometimes you just have to wait a minute. Down. Good boy. There. I'm actually going to end it on that. That was really good. So sometimes you can overdo it too much. I would rather end when he's kind of on a good note there. He did it right several times. So we're going to quit when we're ahead. This next thing I'll show you that we've been working on is just getting him to follow me in the heel position. So he's pretty green with it yet. We haven't worked on it too much. But basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to lure him with a treat here at my left side. And tell him to heel is going to be his command. So I'll just go ahead and do it. Say heel. There. And anytime he follows me, I'll give him a treat. Heel. Boy. Heel. Heel. Good boy. And I'm actually I just started this just right now, is having him sit at my side. Heel. 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 Indi, good boy, come here. Hi, come here. Good boy. Heel. Good boy. So you can see that's pretty kind of a rough sketch of what we got going on, but that's the beginning stages. It's, you know, they have to learn the concept. And so I'm just looking for any little piece that's an effort heel into, whoops, the correct behavior I'm looking for. Heel. And then they get a little distracted. Just wait for him. Hi. Indi. And he's about ready to be done, I can tell. Boy. Good boy. So I'm probably going to end it on that. Sit. Good boy. Down. Good boy. We're going to end it on that. That was really good. So there's kind of a little update on where he's at. Once he's following me a little better, at the heel position, I'll actually add in the leash. But in the beginning, usually when you put the leash on, I can move back so you can see me. Usually when you put the leash on, it's just a little bit too distracting. So teaching them to heel next to you without the leash in the beginning is usually proves to be a little more, I found a little more effective. So we're gonna keep working on that. But otherwise he's doing absolutely fantastic. You guys are just gonna love him. We've got a little bit more time left, and I think he'll be progressing with all this here pretty quickly like he's been doing. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and then we'll get another video for you guys next week. All right. See you. Bye-bye.